right, friends, hey, this video almost didn't happen, and let me share with you where I'm leading with this here. I'm updating some of the art in my home, and so I ordered some prints from Saal Digital, and they came in, and without even thinking, because of course I'm all excited that a big old box with a bunch of prints came in yesterday, and I started opening it, and then I had this, man, I opened everything up in front of you guys. And so you'll have the part in the box already. It looks like a beaver went gnawing into this here. I started opening this thing up because I was excited to see the new prints. And then I had this kind of delayed thought that, hey, let's wait until tomorrow, get in front of the camera, share this with you guys, because there are a few different prints that, actually a few different print styles. So anyways, we're gonna treat this as, I'm not sure how we're going to do this here, because I was going to say we'll treat it like our normal shootouts where we have the scoring system at the end, which I think collectively that's what we can do here.
Well, it works for me. Let's do it.
I think I have 4 prints in here. So rather than having a video for each one of these here, I'm going to compile them all together, because these videos typically break down the shipping, the packaging, and seeing that they're kind of stuffed in one box, it would make it difficult to factor in everything. So anyway, or the shipping side of it. So we're just going to treat this as kind of a collective sharing experience, and we can leave it at that.
Let's do it.
As I was mentioning a moment ago, we'll treat this the same as some of our others that we do. I'm going to share with you things I like, dislike. You may agree, you may not, but ultimately, what? Yeah, if you decide to go buy a print or prints from Saal Digital, you have a good idea as far as what your money's going to get you. So let's crack this sucker open, and I know I saw a knife around here someplace. Boom, boom. Here we go. All right, so box, I can tell you right now, nothing special. It seems like the outer box is pretty straightforward. It's a relatively thinnish, oh, interesting. Yeah, look at that. Well, the box is kind of flopped over, and as soon as I let those plastic bands loose there, ooh, we see the big print. Oh, I can't wait. All right, let's. All right, there's 1, 2. Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, that's what I thought. 4 prints. Okay. All right. So the box is a box. It's not a what I would call a extraordinary box. It's not something that's really like, wow, this thing is really durable. It's a box. But with these guys have done a really good job sandwiching things up and all that other fun stuff. So I like. Let's do this here. I'm gonna move these over here. All right, so this one right here, okay, good, because I'm like, man, I tried 4 different new prints from them, and I forgot which ones were which, and I was gonna say I'll put it on the screen so you guys know which one. So this particular one right here, this is one of their metal prints. Although I thought, and if I'm incorrect with this here, I'm trying to read their little sticker thing on the back here. I believe this is just a regular metal print. Regular doesn't sound right, but anyways, you know what I mean. It's a metal print. And as we can see here, one thing with all their packages that these guys do very, very well is they sandwich the print in. Now, the only thing that is exposed is the back of the back side of it, which when you factor in all the other prints in there and how they have them organized, everything is nice and protected. So let's take a look at what we have here. Oh yeah, this is not a regular print. Okay, so I need to figure out how they have these. Okay. That's right, because this is a, you know, I am going to have to put on the screen what each one of these is here, because this, as you can see here, I believe this is their matte metal finish or something like that. This, wow. So one thing I do want to point out as well, this particular shot right here, this is taken with a cell phone. So those of you that are curious about getting your prints from your cell phone, or I'm sorry, your photos from your cell phone on larger prints, that turned out pretty darn cool. And that's right out of the phone itself. Colors look fantastic. And like always, I'm looking for wonkiness in larger areas of color. And I'm going to zip through this because we have 4 prints. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on each one because otherwise you guys could be sitting through a 5-hour long video, and who has the time for that? The edges look fantastic. The back of this, again, their frames always, I like Saal Digital's frames. They do a great job. So you have these anchor points up on the top here. The framework is fantastic. The seams are actually spot on, which is pretty darn cool. We'll do a quick measurement to see if this thing is plumb. Okay, this thing is perfectly 1.5 inches in the center. So there is print number 1, and I think this looks absolutely fantastic. All right, let's put this over here. Let's dive into, we'll leave the big one for last. Let's dive into the next small one.
Bring it on!
This one feels quite a bit lighter. Again, I forgot what the hell I ordered from these guys, which is bad because I just ordered this like a week. It was right from Thanksgiving, so this stuff got here pretty darn fast. Okay. Oh, that's right. Yep. Canvas print. This is from Caleb and I last month up in Alaska. Wow! Again, another photo from my iPhone, and this one right here was the front-facing camera. So that's not even their the big camera on there. This looks really, man. I love this shot here. We had such a good time up on that trip there. I think, if you recall, I shared with you guys during a video I did last month. We were driving up there. Caleb had his iPad. He was really getting into taking photos. Daddy, stop. I see another one, because we were driving from Anchorage up to Glacier Valley so he could see, actually technically both of us could see our first glacier, which was a lot of fun. Okay, let's zip on through this. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. You know, it's funny. This cleat was sideways at first, and I'm trying to figure out what's happening. But I can see what's happening, how they're set here. So this is the cleat that they use to hang, and it just kind of pops up in there. So it works out pretty good. So when I actually like this. So when you're hanging your prints, if you are off a little bit with your anchor on the wall, you can actually kind of shuffle these around, which is pretty cool. Just watch out. I just noticed the bottom of that is pretty sharp. But let's take a look at, again, the wood corners look actually pretty darn good here. And again, there's these cleats that I was just mentioning right there. I like that. Canvas is pretty tight. Let's look at the corners. And I went with a 3/4 inch thickness on this one. So where I'm hanging this is exactly what I wanted here. But the colors look really I forgot I was sort of looking at this camera, but we're on this one right here. The colors look really fantastic. Man, this is the power of a print. Last year, I remember I was in front of you guys talking about it never gets old. As a photographer, the moment you see a photograph in a print, it doesn't matter whether it's canvas, metal, acrylic, paper, whatever, there's just a certain power, and it's as if a punch in the gut.
What did you say?
In a good way, maybe not the best example I'm giving here, but of that memory, reminding you of that. This is going to do a fantastic job getting me to remember that particular moment of time. This turned out really nice. Okay, moving on. Okay, one left before we get to the big one there. Oops. Okay. Boom. This one is another. Okay, so I now remember I had one canvas print, which is just that one right there. So I tried to, in my home, I tried to have a variety of different types. I have acrylic, I have metal, I have canvas. It's funny because I get asked quite a bit, which do I prefer in my home? I don't have any preference. It really depends on the photo, the wall, and all that other fun stuff. Yep. Oh, this one I'm super excited about. Check out that. Wow. That looks, of course, this is from Lofton Islands up in Norway. Holy smokes. Let me just soak this in here. This looks, wow. This looks beautiful. Oh, that's right, and we can peel, I think. Yeah, there we go. Was that meant to be peeled off? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, whoops. There we go, that was the protective coat. All right, that makes a difference on the vibrancy there, but that looks, wow. One thing very unique, obviously, with the Lofton Islands, and this time of the year, a lot of people are getting over there this time of the year because of the northern lights, and it's actually quite picturesque because you have the snow and you have all these fjords and all this contrast going back and forth from the rocks. This looks absolutely incredible. Wow, I really like this here. You know what's funny is, no, that's right. So the other other Norway shot that I had printed is actually in my living room, and that's a gigantic metal print that goes behind the sofa. This looks absolutely, man, you have a little, I like how the light hits the mountain, the red buildings. This turned out really nice. Now let's take a look at the back of this here. Again, like the other one, you have a similar cleat system up in the top. The frame corners look fantastic. Let's dive into the last one. Okay, we're 14 minutes. All right, I'm trying to get through these again as quick as possible because this is not meant to be a long video. This is meant to be a quick show and tell, and that is that. So again, back on the, it's funny, as I'm cracking these things open, I'm like, okay, how are we gonna do the scoring system? So again, we'll kind of do this collectively. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this video yet, but we'll figure it out, and you guys obviously clicked on it, so either way, I hope this is valuable for you folks. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay, so one of my favorite photos, let me get this out. All right. One of my favorite photos has been, speaking of Northern Lights, has been this particular one. Now, right now, I have, oh my God, a huge pile of cardboard right there. That is seriously a big ass pile of cardboard. Okay, wow. Okay, this is their brushed metal with the silver behind it, you know, I'm wondering whether the camera is even going to show. There's a certain glowness to this because of that silver behind this. Oh, come on. Brandon, buddy, if you're watching this video, that's you. I'm going to put you on silent, and that's the reason why I'm not responding to this, because I'm filming. Anyways, all right, my fault. I didn't shut my phone off. But this looks really, really fantastic. That silver behind there on this brushed metal just makes this print pop so nice. Now, I do have, and I forgot the name of the company. A few years back, I had this printed on, it's that kind of fabric-y frame that you can actually kind of fold up when you don't, well, for whatever reason that you wanted to swap it out. It has this kind of exoskeleton frame behind it. Bay Photo sells these prints, and I can't think of what it is. But anyways, that print has taken on a little bit of a beating, and this is one of my favorite shots here that I've taken of Northern Lights. This was, again, in Norway. This was about 2 a.m. in the morning, and was driving around out in the countryside looking for a cool spot to photograph these lights that were just really, really happening. And in the middle of this field, came across this tree, this just lone tree out in the middle of this field here. And it worked out fantastic because you have these snow-tipped mountains in the background. Yeah, this looks beautiful. This looks absolutely remarkable. Holy smokes. And again, as I shared with you, myself, I'm exploring and experimenting with different types of prints that I normally have not ordered in the past. This one right here, a prime example of this. This is, of course, the brushed metal with the silver backing on it, or the silver aluminum on there. I'll put it on the screen right here. This looks absolutely fantastic. That green glow just pops out. The blacks are black, and I'm just scanning through this here quickly, looking for any sort of wonkiness. And the frame looks absolutely fantastic. Okay. Yeah, super cool. Well, I'm glad I didn't crack these things open yesterday, because there's a little bit of a variety in different types of print that I've normally not featured on the show here before. So it works out good. So let's take a look at the scorecard for all these prints that came in. All right, friends, and there you go. This was, a little different because, again, we've never opened up multiple prints in front of camera. But as I said last month when I was opening up that wood print from Printique, I'm not going to waste the opportunity of cracking open a print and not be able to share that experience with you guys, because there's somebody out there that's watching this that may be shopping around and looking at a canvas print, a wood print from last month, a metal print, a brushed metal. And now if you decide to order it from Saal Digital, you know exactly the level of quality that you can expect from these guys. Saal Digital, if you guys happen to come across this video, bravo, good job on these prints. The box, all right, but your packaging, phenomenal. Prints, love it. Good job. So anyways, friends, that is it for me here today. That said, hey, I will see you during the next video.